Hello everyone, this is the third chapter of Breaking the Myth, and today with a very good friend. I had the privilege to work with him in the Module A, an immersion of Holt International Business School program, and I'll just let him introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Kofi Achinowa Iduse, and I'm from Ghana, West Africa, land of gold and cocoa.
Kofi, I have one question to ask you, like, what are you wearing? Because you told me you were gonna wear something special.
Yep, this is made in Ghana shirt. This is like the latest trend all over Africa.
Latest trend in Africa.
Yeah, in Africa and some parts of Europe and the USA. You know, like the Africans who move there, who migrate to those sites, they tend to wear this shirt, and I mean everybody likes it now.
Is it handmade or?
Yep. It's handmade, but the fabric is from the factory. But then everything here, from the embroidery to the tailoring and everything, is handmade.
Well, guys, to not be left behind, I brought a shirt as well. It's a Mexican shirt. I bought it in San Cristobal de las Casas, which you may know it's a magical village, I think they call them. It's Pueblo Mágico in Spanish. And I just wanted to fit with coffee, and I think I think it's something that we can share in our cultures, like these kind of handmade shirts are very particular in both regions. Kofi, tell us about your language. What language do you speak in Africa?
I'm from Ghana, by the way. But Africa is a continent, okay?
Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry.
That is one of the myths we have to break today. Africa is a continent. It has over 50 countries. And I'm from the western part of Africa called Ghana. West Africa consists of 16 countries, and it's predominantly French-speaking countries.
So
I can count like 4 countries in West Africa that speaks only English. The rest speak French or Arabic, but
your main language is English, right?
yeah, that's the official language, English. But the widely spoken language is Twi of the Akans, which is where I'm from. I'm an Ashanti, so we speak Twi.
You're an Ashanti?
Yeah, I'm an Ashanti.
What is an Ashanti?
Ashanti is a kingdom. Okay, it used to be a very powerful kingdom in the world some years back. It gave the British a tough time when they came to Africa, so it's widely known. And the Ashanti king controls all the gold in Ghana.
And how is it that he's able to control all the gold?
You know, it's a kingdom, right? You know the conquest, those times, how kingdoms had to expand and all of that. So all the lands that gold mines are on in Ghana is under the Ashanti king. So every company, even the government, all of them pay royalties from all the proceeds of gold that they get.
Okay, guys, you learn something new every day, right? This is why I learned. There are like different languages, right?
Yep.
Speaking the whole country.
Ethiopians speak a language they call Amharic. It's totally different from what we speak. You know, Ethiopia is on the eastern side of Africa and we're on the western side of Africa. It's like 10 hours by flight from west to East Africa.
I think I have to interview more people to understand more about the whole continent. May I ask you something, Kofi? What kind of food do you eat in Ghana?
Mostly we eat rice because cultures have changed. But the widely eating local food in Ghana is fufu. F-U-F-U, fufu with soup. I mean, everybody eats fufu. And yeah, it's the food from my people. So
okay,
it's like the Ashantis. The Akan, okay, Akan is the biggest clan in the whole of Ghana. I mean, everything is kind of geared towards the Akan tradition. The official cloth for Ghana, if you ask, people would say is the kente cloth, and the kente cloth is made from the Akans as well.
I've heard that the luxury industry is going to grow in many countries in Africa, around 20% in the next years. How is this affecting Ghana?
I think it has already kicked off in Ghana, because if you compare expenditures in the past 5 years, I mean, Ghanaians are really spending more, especially on luxury goods. Okay, so I think that is the latest trend in Africa now. I mean, expenditure is high, and it's mostly geared towards these luxury goods.
And for example, if you met somebody else from another country, not in Africa, for example, European or Asian, what is the first thing they ask you?
Most of the questions I get is, you're from Africa, right? I said yes. So the next thing they start mentioning, popular presidents from Africa, Mugabe. Mugabe is popular because of the memes around. So they ask Mugabe, and I tell them, no, I'm from Africa, but I'm not from the southern side of Africa. I'm from West Africa. I'm from Ghana. So they go like, oh, the land of gold and cocoa. I said yes. And when they ask for my name, what is your name? I tell them Kofi Annan. Most of them call me Coffee, like the drink.
Like a drink, yeah.
Yeah, but I tell them, no, not coffee, Kofi, Kofi. Then it hits them, oh, Kofi Annan. It's like, yeah.
So it's not coffee, it's coffee.
It's Kofi, yeah.
I have been saying your name wrong so many times. I didn't know that, bro. I'm so sorry. You never told me this story,
But I'm kind of used to it. I mean, for like 7-8 months now, everybody calls me Coffee. I'm just looking for a time when someone will walk up to me and ask, is your surname Cappuccino?
Yeah, I just remember all the jokes we made, like, let's go for coffee. Yeah. Wait, for coffee's already here. What is the myth you would like to break about Ghana or Africa or your culture?
Let me generalize it to Africa, okay? The world media today is kind of structured in a way of what people want to hear, not the truth, okay? So when you talk about economic advancement, you talk about weaponry, infrastructural advancement, there are some countries in this world that you talk about, right? And when you talk of corruption, civil war, poverty, all these things, there's some part of the world that they tend to look at. And they tend to look at Africa most of the time. But then you can tell me there's no corruption in Europe. You cannot tell me there's no corruption in South America, North America, Asia, wherever.
Mexico is not corrupted at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, it's everywhere. But then it's like they have this kind of tags to certain parts of the world. Okay, anytime there's a program about feeding people, malnourished people, they go to Africa. But then it's the same everywhere. We have homeless people in Africa, we have homeless people in Europe, we have homeless people in America. But you don't see the news talking about homeless people in America, homeless people in Europe and all of that. They talk about homeless people...
In the Middle East, neither.
Yeah, in the Middle East, neither. They talk about homeless people in Africa, barefooted people in Africa. Of course, yes, I'm not saying that is it's not there, we have it, okay? But, there are very good things that they can talk about Africa as well, that will make people want to move to Africa with their investments, okay? Talk about Ghana, for instance. Ghana has all the natural resources that any country needs to survive in this world. The Middle East has oil, okay? Some parts of America have gold. You go to Indonesia and those parts of Asia, they have timber and all of that. But Ghana has all these together at one place, in one country. We have gold, diamond, we have timber, we have bauxite, we have oil. We have everything, right? But then the picture that the media paints about Africa makes it so risky that investments even don't want to come, okay? Recently, I learned about how Dr. Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, has all the minerals that every electronic device needs to be manufactured, right? But then, when you hear of Dr. Congo, all you hear about is the rape country. But, I've been in Africa for almost 28 years of my life, okay? And I didn't know that these minerals in the phone that I use come from Dr. Congo. Anytime I hear Dr. Congo, all I hear of is rape, genocide, and all of that. If someone told them that, well, this is a country that has had civil war, has leadership problems since time immemorial, but has all these natural resources, don't you think there will be some people who would be interested in helping eliminate this conquer of civil war, okay, so that they can invest vastly in Dr. Congo. Don't you think that that would be the case?
Yeah, I think it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm an investor, I would prefer to take my investment to
Somewhere like they assume that it's safe, like Europe
Yeah,
or Middle East.
somewhere with the assumption that it's safe. But then, no matter how safe the country is, they still have soldiers and they still have police. So what are they protecting if it's safe?
Last two questions. What is the most proud you are about your country?
Most proud I am about my country is I love my country to start with. Okay, since we adopted democracy in 1992, there has never been an instance of civil war or electoral disputes that ended in genocide and all of that. So Ghana is a peaceful country. Well, we are struggling with leadership, and it's not just with Africa alone. Every country is struggling with leadership except those countries that don't practice democracy. Okay? But I still love my country. I am proud of my country, and I am proud of the national team.
I think they play with Mexico sometimes, right?
Yep. Yeah, we play with Mexico sometimes. I think it was a drawn game.
And one last question. I know you're a Marvel fan. What do you think about Black Panther and how it relates to Ghana's culture?
Okay, to start with, Wakanda is not a country in Africa. It's fictional, totally fictional. Okay.
I'm not saying that Wakanda actually exists, okay? I know it doesn't.
Yes, but to some people, this is what the black people around the world needed. Okay, to feel that they also have a role to play in the superhero movies, superhero roles. So this is kind of like a stepping stone for black superheroes out there, right? And in the way they showed the rich cultures in Africa in a very peculiar way, okay? I mean, people think Africans are savages because they walk barefooted, they still carry spears and funny shields, they have funny piercings. I remember when I was watching in the cinema, there was this leader of a clan who had a very big flat thing in the lip like that. Anytime he comes on screen, everybody was laughing. I was just proud that yes, I mean, this is their civilization in their own way. Okay, the fact that you're not used to this kind of civilization doesn't mean they are savages. You wouldn't believe me if I told you that people think Africans live on trees.
I heard that, and even like you ride elephants, and it's like, no, I don't think it works that way. Just as in Mexico, everyone thinks we're under a tree, just drinking and with a big hat. It's not like that, you know.
It's never like that. I mean, once again, that is how the media portrays our countries to look like.
Yeah.
Wakanda, Black Panther. I like the African part where they showed, in a funny way, the African culture, the rich African culture.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Kofi.
Thank you very much, Moises.
I just hope that this video will help people to be educated and know more about the country, about it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching the video. See you next time.
Peace out.